Alright guys, I'm taking a look at a 3-axis gimbal. It comes included with this little tripod that attaches right to the bottom. It has a little charging cable. It takes about 3.5 hours to charge, depending on how depleted you get it, of course. You can get 12 hours of use. I'll go ahead and stick this on the bottom so I can set this on the table. Before you put the phone on the actual gimbal, you want to make sure that you get it centered and balanced. So there is a screw right here, which you can kind of see, and that's going to allow you to adjust it so that it sits in the right place, so it's sort of parallel as opposed to being skewed to the side. Right now it's already on, so I can't really mess with it a whole lot to mess with that to show you, but I'll try to show you that in a moment. There's also an attachment point here, an attachment point here, so if you wanted to attach maybe a light or something, you could. And then you have your charging port under this rubber cover. You also have an output, so you can use this 3600 milliamp battery inside this handle to charge your phone or other devices, which is kind of a nice option. Let me put this rubber piece back in place. It has a nice beefy handle. It's actually got a rubberized grip to it, but it's not real skinny, so it makes it really easy to grip. And again, the same type screw that's here and on top is on the bottom, so you can attach this little tripod, which has rubber feet, so it's not going to scratch or damage, and it's actually pretty stable. And you can just do like that if you want to leave it attached and just have the option to quickly do that. The trigger on the back, if I were to have the phone say like this and I wanted to just get it back to center and like standard setup, I just double press that. As you just saw, it returned very slowly back into that position, which is nice. The other thing is, as you're using this and you're using the recording and you're doing your video and everything, if you were to do something that was very fast in motion, you can hold this down to sort of increase the power to the motor, which is nice. And you can hold up to 280 grams, I believe, minimum of 58 millimeters, a maximum of 89 millimeters. This is actually a phone that's metal, so it's a little heavier. It's aluminum, and it has a case on it, so it's a little thicker. And I prefer to use this phone as opposed to my other phone because I don't want to take my phone out of the case. So that's something to consider. But you can, move this around, and it doesn't seem to bump into or cause any issues, which is nice. On the side right here, I don't know if you can see. If I just press that, you can see the lights. That's your 25, 50, 75, 100%. That's your charge indicator. And then on the front here, you have a zoom. So up and down, you just push and hold. Zoom in, zoom out. You have a joystick. And if I push this to the left or right, or up and down, I can move the camera, or the phone in this case, with the camera to that position that I prefer. And again, a double tap of the trigger will put it back in the default setup. Here you have your record and photo button as well as your power button. So one press, I believe one press is video, two might be video. I can't see it very well, but I believe, 2 is video, 1 is picture, push and hold is power to turn it off and on. And then above that is your mode button. There's 4 different modes. I wrote it down: pan follow, pan tilt follow, all lock, and all follow. So it's going to deal with the different adjustments to the axis as far as what that entails. I'll try to leave you a little bit of information right here. Just kind of. Bit to help. I am by no way a professional at this. I just think these are fun to have. I have another gimbal for an action camera, so I like having one for a smartphone because the smartphone gives you more options, of course. So you will press this button one time well, one time it's gonna start up in default mode, but that's how you get back. And then 2 times quickly, and then you'll see the flash there. And if it flashes once, it's in mode 1. If it flashes twice quickly, mode 2, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much a real quick rundown of this gimbal. Like I said, very easy to make the adjustments. And then double pressing. You will probably want to calibrate this, probably a good idea. And this is what the app looks like. It's going to be sideways, so just because of the phone's orientation, I don't want to push the motors too much. Like, I can push it a little bit, but it wants to push it back. So you can see it just automatically stabilizes it back. So yeah, you open up the app. You have, I guess it's connect button right there that you want to press. You get that screen, which hopefully you can see, and it lists the gimbal in that screen. Your Bluetooth has to be enabled. If I touch that, it's going to pair, and then I have stabilized video. So if I press that, I believe it should be recording, and you can see, well, I'm sure there's a bit of a reflection because of this light here, so let's do this. So you can see it's actually very stable. And if I wanted to make some adjustments, I can do that. I can swivel. This also has face detection. There's a button here for that. There's also some different settings you can go through and manually set it up. Again, I'm pretty much a novice. I do enjoy these type things, and I'm not going to make a lot of adjustments, but you can go in, update the firmware, adjust the calibration. There's a couple of different ways to do that. So I'm going to leave that just sitting right there for the moment and show you real quickly that you have a extended warranty card included. You have an actual warranty card included. You have a customer service and free gift and a user manual. This will give you the information on the app you want to download, which is Hohem, I think is how it's pronounced, Gimbal. So you want to do that, obviously, so that you can utilize the gimbal to its fullest feature. You have your micro USB charging cable. You can use your own if you wanted to. The box that comes in, which, nothing too fancy. And then, really nice little case that it comes included. It of course has the zippered case, and it is form fitted. So if you look on the inside, you can see all the different depressions and everything, and it does have the silica gel, which I'm just going to leave in there. But all of the parts fit right into these little compartments, including the micro USB cable here, and up here is where the little tripod stand attaches, and then the rest of the unit fits into the form fitted. You can see on the bottom. So that's really cool. It's a little clamshell style case. And I think this is still recording. So let me see. Yeah. So that is recording right there. But yeah, this works really well. I'm not going to play with all the different modes available just because I don't think I can convey that very well. Maybe if I was better at doing these videos, I could do that better for you. I apologize that I can't. But again, playing with the different modes, I prefer this mode right here, which is just the default mode, the best anyway, personally. But that's just a personal preference. And there I just double tap the trigger so that it just lines up everything perfectly straight default again. But yeah, this is really impressive for less than $100 because again, a lot of these gimbals start out usually about double this and then up. And this is a relatively heavy phone, and it supports it really, really well, no problem. It balances this thing really, really well without really any issues. Very impressive. You can also do photos. I think that worked. You also have the option. You also have the option for the grid on the screen, which I think you can see I've added that to this. Maybe I'll just take some video. I'll go outside and take a little video and include that to show you. But I'll leave a link below if you want to find out more. I kind of want to just give you an overview of this. It works out well for me, but I'm sure someone with way more skills than me, which wouldn't take much, could do a much better job. Other than that, let's check out some example video just playing around. And otherwise, thanks for watching.